Hello, all you fine, beautiful people. I'm back here once again with another reaction, and today I'm going to be reacting to Speed King, the Mule, and Hard Lovin' Woman by Deep Purple. If you're new to the channel, I play this song all the way through, giving my thoughts and opinions after each song. And if there's anything else you want me to react to, whether it be Deep Purple or any other band, put it down below in the comments section. Try to get around to everyone's suggestions. So these were 3 songs that were suggested a long time ago. And I thought, you know what, with my backlog of songs to get through, might continue this 3-song format for these studio versions and just go from there. But anyway, coming up, I already completed the one for Whitesnake, Blue Oyster Cult. I got Motorhead coming up. I think I got a Rush one coming up, as well as Deep Purple. So it's going to be pretty busy. But anyway, I thought, you know what, let's give these 3 songs a shot and see how it sounds. So without further ado, here it is. Let's start off with Speed King by Deep Purple. So that was Speed King. Wow, what a song. What energy. I believe this is the kickoff track to the album, Deep Purple and Rock. Really nice way, really energy, hits you right off the bat with the song. I have to say, I have grown a great appreciation through doing a lot of these Deep Purple videos for Ian Pace's drumming. It's superb. Like, hearing him just play through this, and you think about, like, some of the stuff Deep Purple has recorded, like, it feels like just the sheer stamina to be able to play and keeps kind of this tempo that some of these Deep Purple tracks have. And wow. After that, Richie Blackmore on guitar. I like that middle section where it's him and John Lord on keyboards. It kind of feels like a dueling keyboard piano or organ section. I love the sound of John Lord's Hammond organ. One thing I like about a lot of these Hammond organ players is they have their own unique sound, whether it be Keith Emerson, whether it be John Lord, whether it be Ken Hensley, whether it be Richard Wright, Tony Banks. All these guys were kind of all had their kind of unique sound. One complaint, minor nitpick I have with the song, forgot to mention Roger Glover on bass, like really keeping that nice thick part of the sound. But getting back to this, the one nitpick I have is it feels like Ian Gillan is kind of a little low in this. And like in the mix of the song, like where it feels like the band playing is like up here, and it feels like Ian Gillan is just down here at times. But then when he gets like that kind of shriek scream that he does, it gets up there where it's enough where it compensates, where it feels like, okay, that's where it's going, where it got to. But it feels like as he's singing at some of this, it's like so fast and quick, but it's also muddled. And that's kind of my only nitpick with the song, is it feels a little muddled. But anyway, on to song number 2, The Mule by Deep Purple. I know I heard Andy Edwards once talk about this track, and I thought, you know what? Let's check it out and see how this sounds. So without further ado, here it is, The Mule by Deep Purple. Right, that cymbal.
You drive me all the time, but the evil in my mind. You used to sing and say my prayers, live my life without a care. Now I have become a fool, as I listen to the mule. How can I change when my mind is a friend of a Lucifer hitting the ground? Just another slave for the mule. Yeah.
So that was The Mule by Deep Purple. Wow. What a song. Have to say right off the bat, Ian Pace is an absolute beast on this song. Listening to his drumming, like just a it's really amazing to listen to. And like I said in the previous song, like my appreciation for Ian Pace is up here. Like, he's probably entered one of my favorite drummers of all time, up there with probably Vinnie Colaiuta from Zappa, Terry Bozzio from Zappa. Man, at the beginning, like, listening to the song, like, just the drums, has a very much Won't Get Fooled Again who kind of feel to it. But there's something amazing about this. That just the sheer intensity that this song is able to reach is phenomenal. The just that main melody that plays the beginning and plays throughout different sections of the song, it allows each member to really shine, whether it be Ian Pace on drums, whether it be John Lord on keys. Man, listening to some of these organ soundscape kind of feels throughout it is just like, wow. Almost as if, like the album title Fireball, it's almost as if it's like this cosmic thing rising up through space and time and just hits in a whole different area than I ever expected the song to go. You also have Richie Blackmore on guitar, Roger Glover on bass. Just, I want to say this song feels very much like a song for the band to just go jam out to and just go nuts with. And I can't get over just the sheer intensity that this song is able to reach. Like, it's something that I was like, you know what, like, I heard Andy Edwards talk about this song and say how much he actually likes this and thinks that this is one of the great guitar or drum parts of all time, I believe he said in a video. But listening to it, I can see where drummers would absolutely love playing this song live. Man, Ian Gillan, he gets a little bit in on this song. There's a little bit of lyrics to it. Let's see. No one sees the things you do because I stand in front of you, but you drive me all the time. Put the evil in my mind. Used to sing and say my prayers. Live my life without a care. Now I've become a fuel because I listen to the mule. How can I change when my mind is a friend of Lucifer, hid in the ground, just another slave for the mule? Wow. Like, there's not much there, but it's so prophetic that the words to this, that's just amazing. Like, one thing I love about a lot of these old, or I guess older rock bands or progressive rock bands, is they weren't, at times they weren't just great musicians, like a lot of them were. They were also at times really great wordsmiths to some stuff, where it didn't have to be like a lot. They could say a lot with saying very little. It's kind of the same way as I heard once, who is it? I think Jake the Snake Roberts talking, a wrestler, talking about why he talks so low. And he said when you have a whole roster of guys screaming at the top of their lungs, people are more likely to actually pay attention to the guy that is talking very slow, very deliberate. And it's something that It's kind of like with this music where it's not much there, but what's there is very important. Anyway, on to the next song, which we're going to jump a little bit in time. The first two were early 70s. Now we're going to go to the end of the 80s with Hard Lovin' Woman by Deep Purple. So that was Hard Lovin' Woman by Deep Purple. Wow, I actually love this song. It's a short, right to the point song. Ian Gill and the band actually doesn't sound that bad. I know there's people, as soon as they hear kind of that gated drum sound of the 80s, they're kind of out. I don't mind it with this. I actually think it really works. You have Ian singing in kind of a mid-register throughout the song. He's not like Air Raid Siren like he is on some Deep Purple tracks. Very refrain, fits the song perfectly, has a nice groove to it. And I think that's one great thing about Ian Pace, is his ability, like, to listen to those two songs from the early 70s and then listen to this is really interesting. Especially listening to it. You have the groove, you have Lord on keyboards. Blackmore gets a nice guitar solo in this song. I think it's really made really well by that Richie Blackmore guitar solo. I like the chorus to this song as well, how it's kind of a little different through each one, but it's kind of like some woman, hard-loving woman, here we go again. Some woman, some hard-loving woman, some woman, she's a hard-loving woman. Just really interesting to listen to. Like, there's not much lyrically here as much as like the last song, but when you're getting up there like a band like Deep Purple by this point, it's really interesting. Like, there's parts to it I like. It kind of has like that do 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 do. I kind of feel like you're gonna get like the Swiffer song popping up with that riff, but I think this band's able to actually pull it off. Like, to think this album came out in '87. So there's about a 15-year gap between the Mule and this. And it's really interesting to see Deep Purple in this 80s space. Because I know there was an album previous, Perfect Strangers. Haven't listened to, I think, anything from that album yet. So that might be one I have to go listen to. But this one's really good. Like, one thing I think about Deep Purple, even like their slow, but what I'd say they're kind of shorter songs, they feel like there's a great tempo to everything to keep it up. Like, keep the tempo up. At least through these three songs, whether it be Speed King the Mule or Hard Lovin' Woman. Great stuff. I'm not sure. I believe Roger Glover is on bass on this. I could be wrong. But great bass player. Like, I think that Mach 3 lineup of Deep Purple, I think, is really good. Even though I think even the, next Mark 4 with, I want to say it's Glenn Hughes, and then with, it was Glenn Hughes with Tommy Bolin. Coverdale was pretty much a couple albums after Machine Head. So yeah, it's really interesting to see, like, to go from like Whitesnake to this and some of the interactions between each band, like especially with Whitesnake bringing in John Lord. It's interesting to see this kind of two separate bands that are kind of members interchanging throughout, but it's really interesting. I have to say, I like Deep Purple. The more I listen to Deep Purple, the more I'm liking them. Like, I know when I think I did my first reaction to Deep Purple was When a Blind Man Cries, and people are like, how can you listen to Uriah Heep and not listen to Deep Purple? And I'll always say it was just off of Smoke on the Water and Highway Star, and it's like, well, I've heard those two. And Smoke on the Water, great riff, great solo. Highway Star was a little but I find like the more I delve deeper into Deep Purple, and especially doing these and kind of getting rid of like those sort of preconceived notions of bands, that it really is eye-opening to see, like, especially a band like Deep Purple, their musical evolution. I know there's some out there that'll probably say like their musical de-evolution, but great band. Anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions. I'd love to know what you guys think. Comment down below. Which of these three songs are your favorite? If I'm to do another 3-song Deep Purple reaction, comment down below what songs you'd like to hear. If you want to know what I've already reacted to Deep Purple, click on videos on my channel page, and I believe there's a search function where you can just type in Deep Purple and it'll come up with all the songs I've already reacted to and all the live stuff I reacted to. But anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions. Once again, I know it's been long. Thank you guys so much for watching. It really does mean a lot. This is me here once again signing out. Peace.